The village of Umoji was a place of deep tradition and unshakable beliefs. At its heart stood the shrine of the chief priest, a sacred ground no one dared to enter without permission. The shrine housed many ancient relics, but none were as feared as, revered as the mirror of the gods. Legend passed down through generations told of the mirror's power. It was said that at midnight those who looked at it would glimpse their future. But if their heart was impure, the mirror would reveal their death. No one is in living memory has dared to test the tale until Ebuka did. Ebuka was not like the others in Umoji. He was ambitious, restless, and always seeking ways to rise above his humble beginnings. He had heard whispers of the mirror since childhood, but he never gave it much thought until one fateful evening at the village square. Eze, you mean to tell me that no one has ever looked into the mirror and lived to tell the tale? Ebuka asked, his voice laced with curiosity. Eze, an elderly storyteller, shook his head. No one dares. It is not meant for mortal eyes. The gods punish those who defy their will. But how do we know if it's true if no one has ever tried it? Ebuka challenged. Chinwe, a young woman who had been listening, gasped, Ebuka, don't even think about it. My grandmother said that the last time someone tried, the person disappeared without a trace. Ebuka chuckled, disappeared, or simply ran away out of fear. The old man's eyes darkened. You play with force, you do not understand, boy. The mirror is not a game. But Ebuka was already lost in thought. If the mirror could show the future, what if he saw something great, something that would make him rich, powerful, and respected? That night, as the village settled into silence, he made up his mind he would see the truth for himself. Sneaking out of his hut, Ebuka moved cautiously through the moonlight village. The chief priest's shrine loomed in the distance. Its towering was covered in ancient carving of spirits and deities. His heart pounced as he approached. The door was slightly ajar. A chill ran down his spine. Was that an invitation or a trap? He hesitated for a moment, but then he stepped inside. The air inside was thick and the scent of burning incense. The walls flickered with the deep light of oil lamp. And there at the far end of the shrine stood the mirror. It was enormous, its surface black as the sky. Symbols surrounded its frame, pulsing an airy glow. Ebuka swallowed hard. This is it, he whispered. He took a deep breath and stepped closer. The air grew heavy, a sudden gust of wind extinguished the lamp, leaving only the glow of the mirror symbol. He hesitated. Just a quick look, he told himself, then I'll leave. As the village bell chimed midnight, he stood before the mirror and gazed into its depth. At first, he saw nothing, just his own reflection. Then his image twisted. His skin turned pale, his eyes vacant. Blood dripped from his forehead. His lips moved, but no words came out. Then the reflection smiled. A scream caught in Ebuka's throat. The figure in the mirror reached out, its fingers pressing against the glass from the other hand. Then it spoke. You should not have come. Ebuka stumbled backward. The shrine trembled, shadows danced across the wall. A deep, guttural laugh filled the air, echoing all around him. He turned to run, but the door slammed shut. He pounced on it. Let me out! The laughter grew louder, the symbols on the mirror fled and blinding light. Then silence. The door creaked open by itself. The air was still. The mirror was dark once more. Ebuka bolted out of the shrine. His breath raged. The village was the same, untouched, quiet. Had he imagined it, was it just his fear playing tricks on him? But as he reached his hut, he caught his reflection in a water pot outside. The image in the water was still smiling. The next morning, Ebuka avoided the village square. He felt uneasy, as if unseen eyes were watching him. His mother noticed. Ebuka, are you feeling well? I am fine, Mama, he lied, forcing a smile. But strange things began happening. His shadow moved when he stood still. The wind whispered his name at night. His dreams were filled with blood-red visions of his own death. On the third night, Chinwe knocked on the door. Ebuka, I need to talk to you. He hesitated before letting her in. She looked at him with concern. You have been acting strange. What did you do? Nothing, he muttered. Chinwe's eyes widened. You went to the shrine, didn't you? Ebuka stiffened. How did you? He grabbed his wrist. I had a dream. I saw you before the mirror. Ebuka, you are in danger. He pulled away. Dreams mean nothing. Chinwe shook his head. Chinwe shook her head. This one does. You have to tell the chief priest. Maybe he can undo whatever you have done. Ebuka scuffled, but deep inside he was terrified. He had seen something in that mirror, something he could not explain. That night, as he laid in bed, he had a nightmare. He saw himself on the floor, dead and dumped in the evil forest, with his blood spilling everywhere. He tried jolting up awake after he realized he was dreaming, but still he couldn't awake as he noticed blood running from his nose. Ebuka tried to forget. He forced himself to believe that the vision and dreams were nothing more than an illusion, a trick played by his own fear. But deep inside, something gnawed at him, a dark, lingering presence that could not leave him. Then the deaths began. It started with Obina, his closest friend. One afternoon, the village boys gathered by the river to swim. The sun was high, the laughter loud. Obina, always the best swimmer among them, was the first to dive in. Ebuka, come in, he called, waving. Ebuka hesitated at the river bank, a strange feeling twisting in his guts. The water, unusual so clear, seemed darker today. I'll come in soon, Ebuka replied. Obina laughed and dived beneath the surface. The seconds passed, then a minute, then two. Obina! He shouted. Panic set in. The boys rushed into the water, searching frantically. Moments later, Obina's lifeless body floated up, his eyes wide open, his mouth twisted in horror. Ebuka stumbled back, his heart hammering. His hands trembled as he saw something only he seemed to notice. Blood seeping into the water around Obina. A scream tore through the air. The villagers came running. 3 nights later, it was his brother. Chike had gone to fetch firewood in the forest. He never returned. At dawn, the search party found his body crushed beneath a fallen tree. The whispers started. 2 deaths in 1 week. The gods are angry. This is no coincidence. Obina stood frozen as his father wept over Chike's body. Guilt glared at his chest. He could not explain why, but he knew this was connected to the mirror. Then his mother fell sick. It began with a fever, then turned into something worse. She grew weak, her skin pale, her breath shallow. The village healers tried everything, but nothing worked. Ebuka sat by her bedside, holding her frail hand. Mama, you will be fine, he whispered. She called weakly. Something is wrong, my son, I feel it. He wanted to tell her the truth, but how could he? That night, he caught his reflection in the clay pot again. The blood was there, dripping from his hands. And behind him, the shadow moved. The village could no longer ignore it. The elders called for a gathering in the square. The air was thick with tension as people mumbled among themselves. Ebuka stood before them, feeling their eyes burn into him. The oldest elder, Nneka, stepped forward. Ebuka, do you have something to confess? He swallowed hard. I don't understand. She narrowed her eyes. We know you went to the shrine. Gasps ripped through the crowd. Ebuka's chest tightened. How? The spirit whispered, "Child, the mirror does not only show the future, it creates it." The word sent a chill down his spine. "What do you mean?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Nneka's gaze bored into his soul. When he looked into that mirror, it did not just reflect your fate, it sharpened it. The dirt, the suffering, they are because of you. Ebuka staggered backward. No, no, that's not possible. Another elder Okeke spoke. "You have broken an ancient law. The mirror marks those who defy it, and now it will claim you." His breath came in ragged gasps. "No, there must be a way to stop this." Nneka's face was grim. "There is only one person who might help you, the Seer of the Hills." Desperation clawed at Ebuka's soul as he made the treacherous journey into the hills. The seer lived far from the village, in a cave hidden deep within the forest. It was said she spoke to spirits, that she could see beyond the veil of life and death. When he finally reached the cave, an old woman sat by the fire, her eyes white, as if she had seen too much. "You should not have come," she said, before he could speak. Ebuka fell to his knees. "Please, I need help." She chuckled, but there was no humor in it. "You have looked into the mirror of the gods, and now it looks back at you." His body trembled. "Tell me what I must do." The seer ran her fingers over the fire, the flame twisting into strange shapes. "The mirror has marked you for sacrifice. Your fate is sealed." Ebuka shook his head violently. "No, there must be a way," she sighed. "There is only one way to break the curse. You must cleanse your soul. Confess your sins, make peace with those you have wronged, and offer enough blood sacrifice that will please it." His hands clenched into fists. "And if I don't?" The flames flickered. Shadows twisted around them. The seer's voice turned grave. "Then, child, you'll be the next to die." Ebuka had never felt fear like this before. It clung to him like a shadow, whispering in his ear. Filling his dream with blood and darkness, the seer's word haunted him. "You must offer a series of blood sacrifice, or you'll be the next to die." Determined to break the curse, he returned to Moji and sought out the chief priest. If anyone could guide him through the ritual, it was the man who had spent his life guarding the mirror's secret. The chief priest's hunt smelled of ancient herbs and burning incense. Ebuka knelt before him, his voice trembling. "Great One, I have come to beg for help. The mirror has marked me and I don't want to die." The old man studied him. "You looked into the mirror, didn't you?" Ebuka lowered his gaze. "Yes, but I did not know the consequences." The priest sighed. "The spirit of the mirror do not forgive easily. They hunger for balance. If they have taken lives because of you, they will not stop until they have yours." "Then tell me what I must do," Ebuka pleaded. The priest's expression darkened. "There is a ritual, but it is dangerous. If you fail, your soul will belong to the mirror forever." "I'll do whatever it takes," Ebuka swore. The priest nodded. "Then prepare yourself. The spirit will not let you go easily." That night, the torment grew worse. Every mirror in his hall shivered as he passed. His own reflection lingered a second too long before he turned away. And in the dead of the night, he heard them, the voices. "Ebuka, come back to us." He shot up from his mirror, his skin drenched in sweat. The small mirror on the wall rattled violently. He covered it with a cloth, his heart pounding. Just one more night, he told himself. Tomorrow the ritual will free me. The next evening, as the sun set, the village gathered at the shrine. A fire blazed at the center, casting flickering shadows. The chief priest stood before Ebuka, holding a bowl of blood. "This is the pure blood, mixed with the ashes of the ancestors. Drink, and let your spirit be cleansed." Ebuka hesitated, then took the bowl and drank. The bitter taste burned down his throat. The villagers chanted softly, their voices wavering through the night air. The chief priest began marking symbols on the ground with white chalk. You must step inside the circle he instructed. Ebuka obeyed. The spirit will come for you now, the priest warned. Do not look into a mirror. Do not answer their calls. If you do, the ritual will fail. Darkness enveloped him. The fire disappeared. The villager's voice faded. Ebuka stood alone in an endless void. Then, out of the shadows they came. Faces pale, twisted, empty, rose from the darkness, their eyes locked onto him. Ebuka, why do you run? You belong to us now. He panicked. No, I will not be yours. The shadows hissed. A mirror appeared before him, tall, gleaming, waiting. Do not look. He squeezed his eyes shut. The voice grew angrier. Look, Ebuka, see what awaits you. The temptation was unbearable. His heartbeat turned into his ear. Do not look. But then he heard a voice, soft, familiar. Ebuka, my son, help me. His eyes flew open. His mother's reflection stared at him from inside the mirror. Her face twisted in agony. Mama, he choked. She reached out, his fingers pressing against the glass. Save me, my son. Tears filled his eyes. He stepped closer, then he saw himself, but it wasn't him. His reflection grinned, a wicked knowing smile. Blood dripped from his fingers, eyes, and nose. But before he could scream, he lunged forward. A freezing force yanked him into the mirror's depth. The world spun, darkness swallowed him, and then silence. Ebuka gasped, stumbling forward. He turned, only to see the mirror standing behind him. On the other side, his reflection stood in the real world, stretching his arm, as if testing his new body. No, Ebuka pounded against the glass. Let me out. His reflection turned to him, smirking. I am. Then he turned away and walked into the village. Ebuka screamed, but no sound came. The mirror's world stretched endless behind him, an absence of emptiness reflection, and he was one of them now, forever trapped, forever watching, while his reflection lived his life. I've come to the end of this amazing story. I hope you did enjoy it. See you in my next video upload. If this is the first time, you're highly welcome. For my returning subscribers, a big thank you. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button